Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Film Box Podcast, a movie podcast where each week we reach onto our shelves and revisit the films we own on physical media, whether it's a classic we've watched countless times or a hidden gem we're seeing for the very first time. From VHS and DVD to Blu-ray and 4K, we're taking a look back at films throughout history, good or bad. I'm your host, Aaryn Souza, and I'm joined today by my good friends, Connor Jameson and Jasmine Chapatwala. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Okay.
And today, we're continuing Spielberg Alien Movie Month by taking a look back at E.T. the Extra Terrestrial from 1982. Let's get into it.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
All right, E.T. This is like kind of the big one for Spielberg, but I wanted to go around the room like we did last week and just kind of go through what is everyone's relationship to this movie. Connor, I'll start with you.
So this is this is one of those like quintessential childhood movies, I imagine, for everyone. I remember my parents have this on VHS. So this is one that it was just kind of on rotation for us, like maybe not every week, but maybe every couple months, family movie night, we just pop in E.T. And I wasn't the cinephile I am now back then, so sometimes I'd get a little bored, but for the ending, I just always remember locking in.
Yeah. I feel like that's fairly typical for a lot of kids. You connect to the ET, and then the ending is just like, I'm in, locked in. Jasmine, what about you?
Same kind of thing. It was always like, whether it was on TV, like someone just had it on, my mom would put it on a lot. But it's kind of one of those movies where I feel like I never actually watched it, but I could tell you everything that happened in it. Until now, obviously.
Yeah,
I completely get that.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, it was like, I know I've seen this movie. But and last year I watched it again, like for the first time in a long time. But we were also like doing a puzzle and kind of hanging out. Em and I were, so it was one of those things where like, I wasn't really paying attention.
Right.
And then watching this time, it was like every scene, I was like, oh, I remember that scene. Oh yeah, that scene. Oh yeah, that scene. Like, oh yeah. It's like every time, every scene, I just could remember the moments from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been like burned in my brain, even though I feel like, when comparing it to movies like Star Wars and other films that I really grew up on, like I know those movies front to back. This one, like I find myself remembering them, remembering parts of it quite a bit more than I realized. So switching gears a little bit to this movie's impact. I mean, is this the most important American movie of the 80s? Because this was huge. The E.T. was a big deal, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. But E.T. was a huge deal.
Of the 80s, I just want to check one thing before I say.
I'm also looking up the 80s.
Yes.
I think, Spielberg, of course, obviously, extremely like height of his powers in the 80s. I can't think of very many movies that truly defined this era more than this movie.
So I just pulled up a list from IMDb. I don't think this is an official list, but the first one is Raging Bull. Second one is E.T. So if it's not the first movie that comes to your mind, it's probably the second. Yeah.
I mean, you got like Empire Strikes Back is probably Raiders of the Lost Ark again. Spielberg.
Raiders was 3.
Yeah.
In terms of like films in general, I think I would agree with that. There was definitely a lot of like movies that came out with that same kind of like vibe too, like Goonies, Stand By Me, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but I don't think that they were as like quintessential to film as E.T.
Yeah. And so I'll expand that then. How about the last 50 years? So basically from like mid 60s, or mid 70s or 70s to today. I struggle. There are probably important movies. Like, again, the original Star Wars is incredibly important. But it's like, if you put a short list together, E.T.'s probably on it.
For sure. I would still put Jaws high on that list.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
I was going to say, I'm like, we got Jaws, Jurassic Park, great.
Yeah,
So.
it's fun. I mean, we're gonna have like
yeah,
I know we're gonna have like the whole pantheon of Spielberg. It might not E.T. might not be the first most impactful movie.
It's that, which is crazy to think about, because this movie was an absolute phenomenon. So
yeah.
Okay, so I've kind of asked you movie impact a little bit here. How about this? This is my last question that I have for you guys. Is this the greatest child cast ever assembled? And if not, what is? Because, like, Connor, you mentioned Stand By Me is probably one of the big ones.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
In terms of like child, like, are we thinking like this young? I would say, I guess, yes. But if we're going a little older, honestly, like It Chapter 1, those kids were awesome. Even like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is an interesting, because there's a lot.
The first season.
Season 1 of Stranger Things. There's a lot of parallels to E.T. And, you know, and we can discuss that. But like Stranger Things still took a lot of inspiration from E.T. specifically.
Oh, for sure.
That's an interesting one. I like that that response. I mean, again, we mentioned the Goonies, same sort of deal. The things happening in this movie are with the child performances are really impressive.
Yeah,
and
especially
we'll
kids
get
like
into
this
that.
young, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you that one for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's before we dive into this movie, let's go over our Letterboxd, or what we've been watching lately. Jasmine, we'll start with you.
Sounds good. I watched Send Help finally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Finally.
Solid movie. That was fun. Very surprising at points, and I like that.
Yeah.
Also for the first time watched Prometheus.
Oh.
That one was just like a blind spot for me for a while. Again, solid movie. I feel like it was very hyped up to me though. And I was expecting it to be like world changing. It wasn't quite like that, but it was pretty awesome. I did a double feature at the movies. I did Masters of the Universe.
Oof.
And then Scary Movie.
Oof. That's a tough double feature.
Can I be honest? I had so much fun with with Masters of the Universe. I wish I saw that one second, because Scary Movie ended up being like, it's still going and there's only 90 minutes. Yeah.
That's tough.
I got that vibe from other people.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe, from what I hear, I haven't seen it, and I don't really have much of a relationship to He-Man and that whole franchise, so I don't really care. But like, everything I'm hearing is, you know, it's just slop. It's just slop, really.
It's popcorn flick fun. I thought it was at least fun. I do think like it has that over some of the like real like Mandalorian and Grogu is like actually like to me actually slop. This, like, again, zero relationship with He-Man and Master of the Universe. Same as you. Like, literally none of it. The most I've ever seen was a Skeletor meme.
There you go.
But genuinely, I think this movie is worth watching for Jared Leto's performance as Skeletor. And I can't stand Jared Leto. Like, literally can't stand him.
Interesting. I think the best way to sum it up is, I saw someone say it's like a 5-star, 3-star movie.
Yes.
There you go.
That's actually perfect.
So
yeah. And then the last thing I watched was E.T.
Nice. And what do you have to drink?
I have my water with lemon and my fun little movie water bottle, reusable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. I have seen, let's see, I should probably have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 films since we last recorded.
God damn.
Yeah, I've been grinding. Starting off, Em and I went to the drive-in movie theater last weekend to watch a double feature of Obsession and Backrooms. That was sick. That was really cool. Just the movie. You know what was really cool? Obviously, like, both movies are absolute phenomenons, and like Obsession continues to just light it up. But what was most cool was this was a drive-in movie theater on a random Saturday in at the beginning of June.
Mhm.
Absolute madhouse. It was mobbed.
Really?
It was awesome. You know, and you know, obviously a lot of that comes from this being, you know, the horror people coming out to support Backrooms and Obsession, but there was just a vibe of like, yeah, we need more of this. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Both movies are excellent. We've kind of talked about that to an extent on the pod. I've made TikToks about it. Jasmine has made plenty of TikToks about it.
Way
as
too
well,
many.
So
I had too many thoughts about them.
So that was fun. And then I have been absolutely diving into all of the Spielberg movies that I need to catch up on and revisit. So we'll start off with, at the end of May, Saving Private Ryan. Just a rewatch. That's just a great movie. I have it on 4K, so I wanted to check it out on 4K. Follow that up with Duel, Spielberg's first feature-length film. It's really good. It's really good. It's a good thriller. Bare bones, doesn't have much to it, but man, is it, I mean, it's good.
Mhm.
Follow that up with AI, Artificial Intelligence, from 2001. That's, again, really good. Catch Me If You Can was next. Solid, fun. I liked it. And then Lincoln, which is a good historical biopic, well made in classic Spielberg style. Then I watched not a Spielberg movie. I watched the movie High Art from 1998 because it just got announced that it was coming to the Criterion Collection this month. It's in that same vein of the LGBTQ relationship romance films that I've been watching, so I gave it a watch on Canopy, which, thank you, Canopy. Pretty good movie. Very intense, but good. Then E.T. on 4K. My sister and my mom are in town this weekend because my fiance is going wedding dress shopping as we speak. So we sat down to watch E.T. as a family, which was a lot of fun. And actually, side note on E.T. before we dive in, before I forget, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch E.T." and Em was like, "I don't really like E.T." and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's crazy. That's fighting words."
I had the same thing.
Yeah.
With Connor. Not you. My Connor. He goes, "Yeah, I don't like ET. I'm not going to watch this one." Okay.
That's crazy.
It's very like I don't know how to say, why is it so dramatic? The way it's very passionate hate.
Do you know if they watched it as kids or just like
Em had definitely seen it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then watch The Terminal, which is fine. We're gonna talk all about Spielberg later this month. And then last night, because it just landed on Disney Plus, we all sat down and watched Hoppers.
Nice.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, not like top tier Pixar, but like laugh out loud funny at times. And just batshit crazy.
Yeah. Body horror.
Quite interesting.
Right.
I was not expecting it. The thing that got my family the most was when the queen butterfly got squished. That was hilarious. Like,
seeing that in a theater, let me tell you, the amount you just hear like 3 people go.
People were crying laughing. Like Em and my sister were like crying laughing. It was so good. So that's what I've seen, and I have just a Diet Coke.
Nice.
There we go.
Still
all right,
works.
Connor.
I feel like I'm definitely missing some, but I'm just gonna rock with it anyway. So saw the Backrooms. Again, we've all touched on it, wrote about it. You guys have posted about it.
Yeah.
Then I saw The Vanishing, because this is one that has been on my watch list for quite some time. One of the more devastating movies I've ever seen. About a man and his girlfriend or wife. They go out on a trip. She disappears, and it just haunts him, and he becomes obsessed with trying to figure it out where she went. And then he meets the man who did it, and just incredible filmmaking there. And then speaking of incredible filmmaking, then I saw High and Low from Kurosawa.
Yeah, Kurosawa.
Great.
That man's the GOAT. Literally one of one. I mean, it's just incredible. And then another man who's the GOAT. Then I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Hell yeah.
It was just a rewatch, but I needed to refresh myself on it.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you had seen it, you think?
Probably it had to have been like in the teen years with my dad.
Wow. That long.
It's been a while.
Raiders is literally one of those movies. One, it's always on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Always. But also, like, I will just pop that on once or twice a year just because it's just so much fun.
Yeah. The thing is like, I haven't had cable, I guess, since I moved out, which, I mean, was only 2 years ago, but that's like the last time I've had access to watch something on TV.
Yeah.
This is something that I forgot to mention last pod, but I had watched it. It's called Bait, which is a 2012 Australian shark attack movie, where like this convenience store, mall, shopping center is just hit by a tsunami, and there's just sharks that are attacking people in the store, in the parking garage. It's just great.
I love it.
Sounds like complete garbage, but I'm looking at your 3-star rating in awe.
Okay, a 3-star rating on a shark movie means that you've got some issues, but
it's bad.
You're still
but
fun.
it's not.
But it's
bad,
still a
bad.
shark movie, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good moments. There's some god awful acting, but people got ate.
I mean, who's even in this movie?
What's his name?
Xavier Samuel,
Julian McMahon. You know, the original Doctor Doom.
Wow.
And Sharni Vincent from You're Next.
Phoebe Tonkin is in this movie. What in the world? This is nothing. This is barely a movie.
it's a B movie.
Yeah,
not great. The B movie, but
oh god.
And then E.T.
And
you know
what do you got?
I've started so many movies, and I just have like gotten too busy to finish them, and I think that's what's tripping me up.
Yeah. I do that sometimes where it's like I start a movie and it's like I'm not really feeling it at this exact moment. I'll come back to it, and then I don't.
And the problem is too, they're all like foreign films that I'm starting. And I'm like, I'm not in the place right now where I can read subtitles, so I need to come back to this when I am.
Yeah.
So it's
what have you started?
Let me hop over to our handy dandy canopy because they're all over there.
Nice.
Clio 5-7.
Oh, yes. Nice.
And
Agnes Varda.
Yeah. The 400 Blows, because we were talking Truffaut last time.
Yeah.
And then on Tubi, Ran. Some more Kurosawa.
I have Ran on Blu-ray, and I need to pop it in.
Like, I know. It's just like I need the time.
Yeah.
I feel like summer's a good season for Kurosawa movies. Sounds weird, but you know what I mean? That and like westerns.
Just like
westerns for sure.
The first scene of Ran, when they're all just sitting in the field, that's like, I just want that. Yeah. Like I know all hell is about to just like break out for this entire dynasty, but like just so peaceful. Just like you sit there, the wind's blowing. I need that.
Yeah. And like the whole movie's just a painting. It just looks gorgeous.
Yeah. And then, then the Suns are gonna, kill me, but who cares?
Well,
it's a vibe. But I got a Diet Coke cherry.
Oh,
nice.
all right.
Look at you both.
We're doubling up on DC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've already talked about whether or not we've each seen it before. But did any of you own E.T.?
It was a flood one.
Oh no, it was a flood one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
A victim of the flood.
Yeah.
So I ordered it. It was supposed to come last night.
Oh no.
And we had there's a little thunderstorm.
Yeah.
They just didn't feel like dropping it off.
Nice.
So they're like, we're going to get you tomorrow, big dog.
Is it...
They did not get me today.
Oh no. 4K.
Did they give you like $2
Blu-ray.
and say sorry?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So.
God damn it.
I'm
Well,
keeping
that's
my eye
okay,
out,
because I have... This is the DVD special edition of E.T., which is really interesting because, like, it opens up long ways, but it doesn't have, like, a slipcover. So this edition is, like, prone to damage because it literally is just this. So the fact that this is in really good shape is pretty cool. And the disc is the moon, which is pretty sweet.
Yes.
So that's cool. Not crazy, but it's cool. But what's really cool is I have this bad boy. This is the 4K of E.T. with the lenticular slip of Elliot and E.T. flying over the moon. That has inside it the 4K disc plus like a booklet per usual with essays and behind the scenes stuff, and also a CD of the soundtrack.
Cute.
It was pretty sick. So that was a cool little piece in my collection. So yes, we are covered still. So don't worry. But all right, so let's dive in to the behind the scenes details about this film. So, if you're not like us or like me and soon to be Connor, and you don't own this movie, you can watch it, but you can only rent it right now, which is really a shame. This feels like one that would be on Disney Plus or just on rotation constantly.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been, but whenever like a big filmmaker has a movie coming out, I think they
They
start
pull
charging
things off.
people.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to watch Spielberg movies? Now you got to pay us for
Yeah,
it.
you
You
gotta
could have watched us 3 months ago for free.
Yeah, right. So if you're not familiar, this is a 1982. Hold on, I have the wrong thing on my notes here. It's a 1982 American science fantasy film, directed by Steven Spielberg, as we all know, and written by Melissa Matheson, who Melissa Matheson, if you're unfamiliar, also wrote Kundun for Scorsese, The BFG for Spielberg, The Indian in the Cupboard, which is a fun little movie, and was a story consultant on the English dub of Ponyo. That's
Wow.
pretty sick. But I think the most interesting thing about Melissa Matheson, aside from writing E.T., is the fact that she had a relationship with Francis Ford Coppola while working as his assistant on The Godfather Part 2, which was an affair that lasted through the production of Apocalypse Now. So that was, it's pretty nice. And then from 1983 to 2004, she was married to Harrison Ford. So, pretty good.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Gotta give props. My girl gets it.
Yep. They had 2 kids together. I mean, come on.
She locked it down.
Yeah.
Her and Ford or her and Coppola?
Her and for Harrison Ford.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty sick. It's honestly pretty good.
If it was for Coppola, she could have got some of that winery money.
She could have got some of that Megalopolis money.
Well, no, he had to sell the
She'll have
wineries
to
get
settle
that
for
money.
Star Wars money, I guess.
Oh, and Indiana Jones money.
Yeah.
Only the best actor of the 80s money. Oh.
Yeah. So, cinematography by Alan Davio. I think that's how I pronounced it. Who did a lot of like this mid-career Spielberg stuff. Shot The Color Purple, shot Empire of the Sun. Also shot the movie Defending Your Life, which I talked about a few weeks ago, is a really fun Albert Brooks movie with Meryl Streep in the Criterion Collection. Oscar nominated for E.T., The Color Purple, Empire of the Sun, Barry Levinson's Avalon, and the movie Bugsy. Never won, but well nominated. So that's Alan Davio, distributed by Universal Pictures, which I want to talk about this. So, do you guys know about the behind the scenes with E.T. and Universal Pictures?
No.
So, going into this time, Spielberg had like I don't know if it was a first look deal or he had sort of a deal with Columbia Pictures, and they are the ones who made Close Encounters and all of that sort of deal. Then Columbia Pictures, Spielberg presented E.T. to Columbia, and they were like, "No, we don't want to do this. We think we think the alien's gonna be too scary. We don't want to do this." So then Spielberg was like, "All right, fine," and he went to Universal. Universal was like, "Absolutely, Steve, whatever you want. You just made Raiders of the Lost Ark and Jaws and Close Encounters. You can whatever you want, man." And it ended up being like one of the most profitable movies of the year. But Columbia Pictures had a deal in place because of this, like first look deal or whatever, that they got 10% of the profits anyways.
Oh,
so
wow.
they passed on E.T. and still made like they made more money than any of their movies made that year on E.T. So worked out for everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Music by once again Mr. John Williams, the GOAT. Released June 11th, 1982, with a runtime of 114 minutes. This movie had a budget around $10.5 million. How much did it make at the box office?
This was like a
Worldwide.
huge success, right?
Maybe bombed.
No, it definitely was.
Yeah, you just said it made more, so it has to be like.
Are we talking their money or our money?
This is in 1989.
All right, so probably like 100, like 150,
or 1982. Sorry, not 1989.
I'll say 200.
I'm gonna go 500.
It made $359 million.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah, you split pretty
split
close
the
down
difference.
the middle on its initial release. Where did that rank at the 1982 box office?
Number 1.
Yeah, it has to be at least.
It is number 1. I'll go through the other films from 1982. Starting at number 10, the movie Annie made $61 million. Great. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas made $69 million.
Real
Poltergeist, Spielberg's other film from this movie that he produced, $76 million. The absolutely underrated buddy cop movie 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy made $78 million. That movie's electric. Star Trek II Wrath of Khan made $78 million. Porky's made $105. Rocky III made $124. An Officer and a Gentleman made $129. And Tootsie at number 2 with $177. And then E.T. at $359. Just absolutely blew everyone out of the water once again. I mean, this movie was a smash hit.
Yeah.
So that is the behind the scenes information on E.T. Connor, now you have to bring us through what the people thought, both critics and audiences. Why don't you run us through that?
Sure. So the people and critics were in unison. They both loved it, but to varying degrees. Critics, 99% loved it. Audiences, 72%.
That's crazy.
Kind of a weird divide there.
Yeah.
You'd almost think it'd be the other way, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, and it's a 7.9 on IMDb.
Wow.
Our boy, Big Raj, 4 out of 4. He reviewed this twice, once in 2002, once in 92. But I think it was the 02 one was more kind of like a ode to his grandchildren.
Yeah.
So
it's a good
didn't
essay.
pull from. Yeah, it is. It's very sweet. I do encourage people to read that. But I'm pulling more from his actual review, where he says, "This movie made my heart glad. It's filled with innocence, hope, and good cheer. It is also wickedly funny and exciting as hell. E.T. the Extra Terrestrial is a movie like The Wizard of Oz that you can grow up with and grow old with, and it won't let you down. It tells a story about friendship and love. Some people are a little baffled when they hear it described. It's about a relationship between a little boy and a creature from outer space that becomes his best friend. That makes it sound like a cross between The Thing and National Velvet. It works as science fiction and sometimes as scary as a monster movie. And at the end, when the lights go up, there's not a dry eye in the house."
Damn, Rush.
Yeah, right?
Just crushing it once again.
That's why he's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to dive into it, but it is true. This, like, just the fact that this movie is like, oh, yeah, it's an alien movie, but it's really like a boy becoming friends and having this relationship with this being that's different from him it's a great story. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
However, everyone loves this movie, except we have
the opposite review.
So I do want to note that every single 1-star review was torched. Almost like every review had like double the like downvotes as upvotes. So this one from Harry Plinkett 14 on New Year's Eve 2013.
New Year's Eve 2013. Man, so angry.
The ball is about to drop. Harry
Plinkett's letting us know what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
He pulled out his phone and he wrote, "Fingered by a space turtle."
What?
Anyone remember Mac and Me? That giant commercial for Coke, McDonald's, and a number of other things? It's basically a horrible ripoff of E.T. Well, E.T. is a giant commercial for the BMX bicycle and all the E.T. toys just waiting to be released on the crazed population. E.T. is a horror of a film, and not just because it's essentially a long commercial. It is pathetic, it is manipulative, and it is cheap. Some people mistakenly consider it warm and endearing, but to me it is nothing but shameless manipulation by a cynical director. I can't believe so many people swallowed that sugar-coated turd served by a money-grabbing team of filmmakers led by master of crap himself, Mr. Schlipberg. They spelled Spielberg wrong.
Oh
what?
I was like, hold on, there's got to be more.
That sentence about, like, he says Spielberg's the master of what?
Master of crap himself.
No, what was the sentence before that?
Some people
about Spielberg.
Is it that one? Some people mistakenly consider it warm and endearing, but to me it's nothing but shameless manipulation by a cynical director.
Cynical? Spielberg cynical? What? I don't know what movies you're watching, but like
that hurts.
That's just wrong. It's actually just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could count on one hand the amount of movies that have like a deep level of cynicism in them from Spielberg. There's not many. He's made almost 40 movies.
Creed.
That's just insane. That man he just didn't have a date on New Year's Eve, and he was angry about it, so he had to let it out on ET.
Everyone was like kissing their dates. He saw a kid have an emotional reaction to an alien. He was like, "I'm not getting any of that. Let me take to IMDb."
Fucking movie. Oh god. Oh man. Well, that was fun. What was that guy's name? Harry Plinkett?
Harry Plinkett, 14.
Sad. It sucks. Okay, Connor, why don't you bring us through the plot of E.T.?
Sure. A family of aliens gathers in a California forest when one of them gets distracted and wanders off. U.S. government agents chase the others back to their ship, leaving the straggler behind to be chased by the agents to the house of 10-year-old Elliot Taylor. The alien, soon nicknamed E.T., and Elliot bond, and soon E.T. bonds with the other Taylor kids, including older brother Michael and younger sister Gertie, but not their single mother Mary. E.T. displays telekinetic abilities and healing powers and develops an empathetic link to Elliot, as they both feel what the other feels. E.T. builds a makeshift device to phone home with the help of the Taylor kids, and they're able to set it up on Halloween night. But when Elliot wakes up the next morning, he finds E.T. pale and weak. They are forced to reveal his existence to Mary, but the government invades and quarantines their home. E.T., dies while Elliot recovers, but after professing his love for the alien, E.T. reawakens and is healed, learning also that his family is coming for him. They escape with Michael and Michael's friends on their bikes, and with E.T.'s help, fly over a roadblock. As E.T. is ready to head home on his ship, he says goodbye to the Taylors, saying he will always be with Elliot. The ship flies off into space, leaving a rainbow behind. And that is E.T.
So, now we shall dive in to what works with E.T. Who wants to start? Who's got something cooking?
I mean, set design wise, unreal. Love
Yeah.
that. Love that ET's kind of he's practical.
Mm.
Think that's great. There is a child in it or no?
So I was looking into this because the question was asked while we were watching this movie. E.T. is played. So there's multiple different versions of E.T. So there were mechanical heads created for close-ups that they could manipulate, for the emotional stuff. And then for like the actual costuming, it was a team of two little people named Tamara Detrow and Pat Billon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. As well as 12-year-old Matthew Demerit, who was born without legs. They were the ones who operated E.T.
That's awesome.
Depending on what scene was being filmed. Demerit actually walked on his hands and played all scenes where E.T. walked awkwardly or fell over, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah, I think like overall the set design and just the practicality, you can feel like the texture through the screen.
Oh yeah,
like it has that like warm, cozy. It feels lived in. You know what I mean?
Yes. And this is a movie. Again, it was made in 1982. They have to. There's the visual effects idea. Like digital effects are still really early. Like there are scenes which we will get to probably that don't look great with the actual like digital effects that they had to use at the time. But that means that all of the visual stuff, the monsters, the sets, everything had to be practical, and that just makes it feel real. Even though you look at it, it's like, I know that's a puppet, or I know this is a set, or I know whatever. It doesn't matter because it feels real.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that like today they'd just be CGI aliens, and you lose that tactile realism to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to that point, because obviously we had Project Hail Mary come out, and Rocky was a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost wonder if we start to see a pivot back to more puppets and animatronics.
I hope
in
so.
place of just straight VFX and CGI.
I hope so. I think there's a demand for it. People want to feel that. Like we've gotten, obviously the big budget action stuff will never go back.
Yeah, and I just think it's hard to when you have like so many shots you have to do, and you can't wait necessarily to get these shots right.
Yeah, it's just there's just something about it that I think lends itself to the charm of a film really well. I mean, it's just fun. It just makes it more fun. It makes like even the filmmaking process is like, oh, we're acting with puppets, and it reminds me of the story of I think it was Ian McKellen when he was making the Hobbit movies, and he was like, maybe it was Christopher Lee. It might have been Christopher Lee. But he was like, this is terrible. I'm like not having any fun because he was acting on a full green screen with no other actors and no set, no props. It was just him on a green screen. He's like, this sucks. Like, why am I doing this? Like, go back to, let's roll it back to when people actually had to do stuff to make films. We couldn't just put people in front of a camera and a green screen and let VFX artists do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've opined about this so much throughout this pod.
Well, I mean, what was the episode? We joked about how you were going to name your kid like Practical Effects Sousa.
Yeah. It hits every time. I don't care if the movie is an abject piece of garbage. It hits every time.
Because you can feel that like they cared about making the movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. plus there's so much more impact when like E.T. reaches out and like touches Elliot instead of just like you have to pretend that someone is like touching your chest, or like when they hug each other, it's like,
right,
okay, he's hugging. Like I can believe that E.T. is real because he's physically like
there
holding
in
him. Yeah,
right. And like the scenes towards the end of the movie when E.T.'s dying and they're all hugging E.T. and everyone's like, all the kids are breaking down. Like that's real because they have that there. They have that. They're not trying to pretend that E.T.'s there. Like he's there. And they did some things in the filming of this movie, which I guess I can kind of talk about. What really works is they filmed this movie chronologically. Spielberg wanted to film it as chronological as possible so that the child actors would be able to develop a rapport with E.T. Yeah. And then obviously towards the end of the movie when E.T. dies and then comes back, though there's much more connection for the child actors. So they're like, you get a lot more of emotion out of it. It only works is because they have the puppets there. Switching gears a little bit. One of the things that I really like about this movie that I wish more movies explored is the middle class like suburban setting. I've been fascinated with that setting in movies, especially in this era, the 80s era of, there's no phones, there's no like real electronics, there's kids running around and playing together, and you're in middle class suburbia. That's such a cool setting that I don't think movies explore anymore. I wish we would. I feel like I've talked about this before at some point, but like I've gotten really tired of like, here's a movie about insanely wealthy people and they live in mansions and they're uber famous, or they're like, that you're never going to attain this idea of where and how these people live. So you can't relate to it at all.
Or even a stretch further, like the upper middle class, where it's just like, this house costs you probably like $800K.
Yeah.
It's just like the same things over and over again, where here it's just like, okay, this is more of like a slice of life.
Right. It's a 1,000 square foot, 2 or 3 bedroom home that is almost cookie cutter with the homes around it. They're all, close together. The movie The Burbs does this pretty well. Obviously, that's, kind of the stereotypical suburb, but like I want more of that and less of I think I wrote about that idea in what was the one with Nicole Kidman and Joey King and Zac Efron from a couple years ago? Wasn't the idea of you?
No. I know exactly what it's like.
Oh God,
the idea of you was the Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, that came out at like the same time.
Yeah.
Joey King. Nicole.
It is A Family Affair.
A Family Affair. Thank you. That movie is like, living in Hollywood, and the main character is an assistant to Zac Efron, who's playing a famous actor, but her mom is a very famous author, and they have beautiful houses, and it's like, why do I care? I don't relate to these people at all.
I feel like movies feel like they need to play to the extremes.
Yeah.
Because you either get that or you just get like, here's this person living in like a 300 square foot apartment.
Like squalor.
Yeah. It's like, it's okay to just show like, here's someone just in a normal house.
Yeah. It's something that Spielberg does so well. I mean, it's the same thing in Close Encounters last week where, Roy is not like some big shot, executive at a local company. He's just a guy who has this experience, and he's living in suburbia. And I started, but I haven't finished on my rewatch of Hook. And it's kind of the same thing. Like Peter Banning, or Robin Williams' character, is not like, a CEO of a company. He's like practically middle management lawyer. He's a lawyer. And he lives in like a middle-class home. It's good stuff, and he's not going, but his kids have Little League on the weekends.
Yeah.
And school plays. It like, again, Spielberg really good at that setting. We need more movies like that. Connor, what'd you like?
So, I mean, we've talked about it before with Spielberg and his ability to get the most out of kid actors, but
yeah, let's talk about it.
we have to talk about it here. Just how much faith he puts in this group of kid actors. I mean, the story heavily relies on them to be able to convey all these emotions without any sort of adults to bounce off of. To if like they're not hitting their lines right, an adult can kind of pick up the slack. It's all on them, and again, I think he just gets really good performances out of all of them. I mean, we said it. How old was Drew Barrymore in this? And
7.
Yeah, adorable kid performance there. Henry Thomas is great. Who's Mike? Who plays Michael?
Robert McNaughton.
He's really good too. I mean, just the entire Taylor family is just, or at least on the kid side. I mean, Dee Wallace is good as always, but I mean, there's just so much faith put on the kids to carry this movie, and they really did well.
I think because Spielberg approaches a lot of these films from the child perspective, it makes it easy for him to relate to children. You know, he has a lot of that youthful. The word gets thrown around a lot. The wonder of of a child, that he's able to relate to kids, to tell them what they need to hear to be able to understand. Because you can't just tell a kid like, hey, your parents are going through a divorce and be sad because of it. They're not going to know. They don't know what that means. But Spielberg has this ability to relate to them of like, here's how you're actually going to understand it.
Yeah, and I feel like, because what I've heard is, I mean, I don't work in a field that has kids a lot, but the best way to relate to them is just talk to them like they're adults. And it wouldn't surprise me if how he was doing it is he just talked to them like they were adult actors and just conveyed his message in a way that they could like grasp onto as well.
Yeah. I can confirm. I was a nanny for 8 years. Best way to handle the kids was to actually treat them like human beings and not. I feel like people treat their kids like dogs sometimes.
Yeah, you don't need to baby them. They have brains.
No, literally. I would like, one would be crying for attention. I'd just be like, yeah, just tell me what's wrong. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong.
Especially because like I feel like it's not, I'm saying this never having directed kids or like done any of this, but I don't feel like it's that hard to convey to like a little kid, like pretend like your dad just left your family.
Like maybe they would go about it in a different way.
Yeah, but like that message of like, hey, you're angry that your dad just left your family.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen there's like that tape of like Robert Eggers trying to like get the kid actors on The Witch to do a scene, and he was not doing well. So it does take like some skill to get good kid performances. So
yeah, because like look at like M. Night Shyamalan. He has kids, so he has no excuse. But those kid performances, besides The Sixth Sense, terrible every time.
I mean, and Sixth Sense is good because you got Haley Joel Osment, who's
we're talking about the gold standard of kid actors,
who I would say is good in Sixth Sense, is even better in AI with Spielberg. One of the greatest child performances ever. And Henry Thomas in this movie, again, one of the best child performances ever put on screen. It's just time and again he has this knack to get the kids to believe what they're seeing, what they're doing, and to give a performance that like truly just knocks the socks off of anyone. One of the things that I really appreciate about this movie in particular, and I know it's kind of a kid's movie, it's framed in that way, but I like how the aliens are not bad, but they're not just bad, but they're curious. The ETs, the group of ETs are there to collect plants. They're essentially they're botanists. They collect the plants on Earth, and ET himself is curious about humans and curious about who they are and how they are, and that sort of curiosity kind of ends up going both ways with the Taylor family and also with ET. But it's a cool, like, I don't see a lot of movies doing that. It's either like the aliens are just a part of life or they're evil. There's not often like a pure curiosity thing going on, which I like. Let's see. What else? I also like how simple this story is. It really works. I mean, it flows well. It's literally just like aliens are on Earth, alien gets left behind, alien meets family, family tries to help alien go home. Yeah, that's it. That's the story. But it's great. It's super effective. It's easy to follow. I can see why this movie was so popular in '82.
Yes, exactly.
And there's not like, I mean, there's something that I'll touch on later, but there's really not a ton of fat you could even trim off that. So
yeah,
to get distracted by.
And something I find like very like interesting in this specifically, but in a lot of Spielberg movies doing this rewatch, is the like non-mean-spiritedness of like so much of everything he does. Because I think there was a time in the 80s where a lot of the comedy was kind of mean-spirited.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that these movies are just like wholesome.
They are.
Heartbreaking at times. They deal with some harder themes, but like sweet.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Wholesome's not is I like that. I like that. I mean, it's just a Spielberg special, right? Like, he doesn't make a lot of mean-spirited. He has some mean-spirited movies, but a lot of them are very much, it's the wonder thing that people talk about. And again, I hate just blanket throwing out the word wonder. I feel like it's just such a weird way to describe Spielberg in his movies. But there is like an awe and a curiosity, and like you said, like a friendly, non-mean-spirited approach to his films.
Yeah.
Underrated part of this movie, it's really funny at times.
It's funny.
Drew Barrymore, anything with Drew Barrymore, just electric. She's hilarious.
At such a young age to have that kind of comedic timing, I was deeply impressed. Yeah.
I mean, even just like their first meeting with E.T. and she comes in just like, ah! And then he's like, oh! It's fantastic. Love it every time. So, Connor, what else did you have for what worked?
I think there is incredible use of shadows and darkness in this.
Nice.
Especially like, obviously the intro, the first scenes of like the ship coming down. I just love the way that like the beams of light from the ship are portrayed, and then like the flashlights from the government agent. And then probably like the best looking shot is of Elliot looking at his shed, and it's just glowing light, and there's just so many shots of like someone will just kind of like emerge out of darkness. It's just really, really good stuff.
Flying over the moon, illuminated by the moon.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's only one of the greatest shots in American
of all time.
history.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Switching gears a little bit, thematically, this is another movie where Spielberg is contending with his parents being divorced, which this is again a really interesting movie in the Spielberg canon of the divorce, because here he is 5 years after making Close Encounters, which is really a movie from the dad perspective of why is my dad leaving my family. Now it's I'm living with my mom, and why has my dad left my family? But it's from the mom's perspective and dealing with that. It's so interesting. He keeps going back to that well over and over and over.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's more from the kid's perspective, but
it is from his perspective, seeing his mom contend with his dad leaving.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. And I mean, I've been grinding out these Spielberg movies, and like I keep watching. It's like, well, that movie deals with his dad, and that movie deals with his parents, and that
you
movie.
Just gotta have like a tally. It's like
I will have a
23.
When we do the
7.
Spielberg thing, I will have it's like this one does, this one does, this one. It's like it's crazy. But it works well for the film. How about we talk about John Williams? It's probably about time we talk about John
It's
Williams.
about time.
Who?
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Who?
This is just another classic score.
hmm
And that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
I thought
perfect.
you were gonna say more. Yeah,
It's iconic. Yeah. They even include it in your big set because of that.
Yeah, it is. It is considered one of the more iconic films. The crescendo when they fly over the moon, when Elliot and E.T. fly over the moon, it is iconic.
Yeah.
And then I also just have the ending. The entire last 20 minutes are electric, from
Perfect.
E.T. coming back to life to the bike chase to the I'll be right here. I'll be right here. Having E.T. say "I'll be right here" and pointing to the head instead of the heart, perfect. Because it's a child's imagination that keeps E.T. alive, not the bullshit love is always in your heart kind of deal that every other movie puts in. This is no, a child will want to remember E.T. with their imagination, and that's why Spielberg's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I have here. I got two more things. I like how this movie shows the adults from the child's POV, which is really cool. All the adults, aside from Dee Wallace, until the end of the film, are shown basically from the waist down. And Keys is only named by Keys because that's how we know him. It's Keys. Which I think is really interesting. Again, it lends to kind of that childlike curiosity. And then something, again, that Spielberg does really well is throwing in references to pop culture of the time that really ground this movie in this is happening in the real world, versus just kind of imagine a suburban setting. It feels so real because there's what is it, Miller Lite or whatever in or Coors Light in the fridge, and something like that, and
Coors,
yeah, they got Speak and Spell, and they've got all of these toys from the era and action figures, and stuff is on the TV, and it feels so lived in and real because all of those things exist.
Yeah.
What else did you guys have for what works?
I mean, we basically touched on everything I had that works. So the only last thing I was going to mention was just the music, because I think that's so deep rooted in the film itself. You can't even think about this movie without imagining the soundtrack in your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It's one of those kind of perfect movies.
Connor, anything else?
I do like that. I mean, there's Keys, but I kind of like that there isn't a big focus on Keys until the end. It's just kind of the government is more just seen as an entity and not just a single person.
Right.
Kind of like how, I mean, last time there was Lacombe from Close Encounters serving as kind of the government entity. This time it's just no, government bad. We don't need a face with it.
And I think what's interesting too about that point is that once Keys is revealed and we kind of actually get to know him, he's really not actually a bad guy.
Yeah, it's more of he is kind of if Elliot grew up and just got a job.
Yeah, I mean, he's an adult, right? The way I've seen it compared to the way I think of it in my mind is kids they like E.T. and they want to befriend E.T. and have fun and play around with E.T. An adult sees an alien from another world and they're we have to figure out what this thing is.
Yeah. I'm more sympathetic with the government this time around.
Yeah. Okay. So before we go to what doesn't work, we've got our I'm in movie moment, which we brought in last week. I don't know if you guys prepared anything for this, but I've got a couple for me. I love a scene where a character's oblivious and just misses seeing what's happening around them. So when Dee Wallace comes home and is putting away the groceries and E.T.'s just walking around and they're just missing each other, I just love it. That's so much fun. I always love a scene like that. A great big music crescendo right at the right moment. It has to be right at the right moment. So when they fly over the moon and John Williams drops the score, you're like, yeah, this is it right here. You're like leaning forward a little bit. And then the last thing, anything with a bike chase. Like Stranger Things, the season 1 bike chase, goated. This movie's bike chase, fantastic. Anything with a bike chase, I'm in.
The only thing I have is a practical effect creature.
I'm in. Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yep.
I'm in for it. Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
I have creatures falling down in a cute way.
Yeah.
I'm just in.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. Okay, what doesn't work?
I only have one thing.
Yeah, I only have
I've
one
got
thing.
a few. Okay. Most of them are kind of nitpicky, but
I do have nitpicks though.
Okay.
My one thing is I just don't. There's small scenes. I just don't need the scenes of like the government just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Just we can cut those and just kind of save the big reveal till. Not even the big reveal. Just when they break into the house, just save that all of that for that moment.
Yep. I have E.T. and Elliot, the psychic connection that they have. It's a little much.
Literally the only thing I have is the psychic connection. I was like,
Maybe
don't
not.
know if I'm, yeah. That's a lot of suspension of disbelief there.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
The little alien was fine, but them being able to connect is a bit too much.
Yeah, it was a little.
It just was kind of like picky and choosy with the way they connected, because like E.T. would drink beer, and then all of a sudden the kid's like, yeah.
And then there's like no real reference to. I mean, I know it's used at the end of the movie, like, oh, Elliot's dying and E.T.'s dying, and then Elliot gives his life. I just don't know why they need that. I don't know.
They could connect without it being like that connected. It's a bit much.
Yep. And then the other like actual, I got 2 more actual doesn't works, and then I have some nitpicks. The suburban neighborhood in this movie, I actually don't really like it. I like the suburban idea of a suburban setting. I don't like the neighborhood that this movie takes place in. It's way too deserty. There's no trees around. I don't like it. I just don't like the way it looks. Same thing with Close Encounters last time. The brick houses were annoying. It's too deserty here. I need more trees.
You say you want stories about like this middle class, and then you don't like it when they're told.
Yeah.
Let me be the location scout for suburban movies.
He said middle class, but not that way.
You want everything in like Seattle or like Washington. Like
put it in
wilderness.
New England. Every suburban movie needs to take place in New England.
Maine.
Yeah.
You have a very specific type of architecture you're looking for.
I'm looking
cabins.
for trees. Trees.
Just trees.
Everything needs to be a ranch style house.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other thing, actually, I think what doesn't work, and it's not really with this movie, it actually affects Close Encounters, is the fact that this movie comes out 5 years after Close Encounters, I think actually hurts the long-term reputation of Close Encounters. Because this movie is a better movie than Close Encounters. Frankly, it's better and it's more digestible of an alien movie. And if this came out like maybe in 87 or 88 and not like almost immediately after he makes Close Encounters, I think both of those movies live in a totally different canon than they do because they were like, he made 2 movies between Close Encounters and this one. And they're like the same era.
Do you think if E.T. wasn't an alien, and like, I mean, obviously you'd have to change the entire name, but like, do you think? Because I completely agree with you. I grew up knowing E.T., but like finding out about Close Encounters later,
right?
When Close Encounters is good enough to stand on its own, but
absolutely, it's a great Close Encounters is a great movie that's overshadowed by this one. I think I don't know if it was like a talking horse, like I don't know, that would be a little much, but I don't know.
Bear, that's just gooby.
Yeah. Or like they discovered that their dog, the family dog, can talk, or something. I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, nitpick time. So they got one pizza for that entire party of boys. What? When I was that age, I was eating that myself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but one pizza for that entire party, horrible.
Well, you have to imagine too. I mean, because the mom is immediately like, "You guys were not supposed to get a pizza," so that was probably all they could afford.
Yeah, but like, if the kids were like, "Well, we can't get a pizza. We got to get a pizza," they're like, "Just get 3."
Yeah.
But they can't.
Mom's gonna be
3.
mad anyways. Just get 3 pizzas.
Well, I'm saying
but
they're
paying for it. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
well,
they could probably only afford because they were scrounging together all the money on the table.
fair.
That's
Everyone,
my
it's
only
like
defense.
the old classroom pizza party where the pizzas, it's one pizza and they're like this thin. They're
Yep.
just
You get
tiny
like the
slices.
big white pizza where it's just like the one. It's like the size of your desk, but they're all
Yeah.
like that big.
Yep.
Mhm.
What is the teacher doing when they're setting all the frogs free and stuff? Like, that teacher has no control of that classroom.
No.
Yeah. I was a little off put by the chloroform balls.
Yeah, well, that was a little weird.
I was like, oh, we're knocking out these frogs. Okay. But then,
And they're also like 12 or
Yeah.
like 10.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if we should be giving these kids this.
Yeah, right.
This
Why are we
drug.
dissecting animals at this time?
And also,
mean,
kids like put things in their mouths,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
We
chloroform.
dissected pigs in 8th grade. I think that was
Oh,
around
jeez.
the same. Yeah.
Connor, you had some nitpicks. Let's do some of yours.
Yeah. So there's a little wonky editing when E.T. and Elliot first meet.
Mm.
It was kind of like Elliot's shocked, and then it looks like he's shocked in 7 different directions. Also, I don't know how fast E.T. is because like you just see like 7 different things get like rustled, but like we see him like walk later, and he's not that he's not
It
that
takes
agile.
4 shots for him to walk up the ramp to his ship.
Yeah. Yeah, the Reese's being used as bait is kind of egregious.
Really?
The product placement of it, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Mary the mom, when E.T. is just sitting in the closet and she opens the closet to look at all the toys, you absolutely should spot this wrinkly, like,
Mhm.
Huh, that's
Respect
a new
ET.
one. Where did we get
this
that one?
ball sack looking toy. Like, stuffed giraffe, stuffed elephant, alien.
Whoa,
I'd
what is
buy
that
that.
guy?
Yeah. Not even necessarily a nitpick, but like I got really jealous of that Halloween scene of like everyone just out and
Okay. Let's talk about this.
yeah.
This is not a nitpick with this movie, but I wrote down Halloween when it's light out, lame. Hate it.
Well, like it's California, so you have to imagine
It
that
still
it's
gets dark out at similar
No, I know,
times.
but like they're probably starting at like 7.
Yeah.
So
I've just always
I
thought
mean-
like when you go trick or treating, it's got to be dark. Like
Yeah.
all of the trick or treating that happens now, like I remember going trick or treating and it was dark out and people were walking around and it was fun. Now it's like
Yeah.
my old town would announce like, oh, trick or treating is happening. It's like 5 to 7 p.m. It's like you're going in the middle of the day. Like, what are we doing?
yeah. I mean, so my point is just the woke killed Halloween because now you have to trick or treat during the light.
Yeah.
Last point. When they're riding their bikes and they're like, let's split up to lose them, and then they immediately just all join right back up
Just, like,
together.
split up.
Mhm.
Just do a circle.
Yeah. Let's cool. Yeah. That's it. though.
Okay, I've got a couple other ones. Let's see. Yeah, okay, 2 more. Why did Keys eat the ground Reese's Pieces?
Yeah, is
He
it
found
fresh
those
or
Reese's
not?
Pieces in the dirt and like picked them up and was like, huh. And then you just hear crunching in the background. Like, dude, What? You know they're Reese's Pieces. You don't need to eat them. It's nasty, bro. And then this one came from my mom, who the resident expert in this era because she grew up as a teenager in the 1980s in Southern California. Said,
Okay.
Not a single person ever in their life has doors with those weird screens
See,
halfway up.
there we go.
That is the dumbest thing. She was like, no one's, I've never seen that before in my life. Why do all the rooms have like weird screens on them? They're just doors. So I thought that was pretty fun. She also had a couple other nitpicks, like there's no alleyways in SoCal. In a lot of areas. So like some of those shots of the she was especially angry at the end of the movie when the kids get on the bike and then the cop starts following them down the alley. She's like, that's just not real. This is not real. It's like, yeah, you would know. Okay. Best moment time. We've got I've got a few options. The family meeting E.T. is classic. E.T. at home alone exploring the home and then immediately E.T. phone home is just electric. Flying on the bike, obviously one of the most iconic shots of all time. The government entering the home and doing a full quarantine is just really cool for like a 2-minute scene. And then the bike chase at the end. And my favorite insult in the whole movie is it's one of Michael's friends is like teasing Elliot, and Elliot just goes, "Shut up, Greg." I don't know. Just love it.
See, I have a couple more, but my favorite insult is in the beginning. Elliot to Michael, he goes, "It was nothing like that penis breath." And
that's good too.
The mom is like laughing as she's trying to reprimand him too.
I honestly,
like, honestly,
if my kid did that, I would have a hard time being like, damn, you just got ate up, dude.
I'd be like,
you can't say that, but that was fucking good, man.
I'd be like, go to your room.
Oh man.
I have the entire last 18 minutes of the movie. That's what I wrote.
Yep.
But besides that, a notable scene, like an honorable mention, is when Drew Barrymore's character, Gertie, right? That's Gertie. She's meeting E.T. and they tell her she has to like be quiet, and if she doesn't, they're gonna like take apart her favorite toy.
Yeah.
That to me was just like the perfect representation of like siblings.
Oh, 100%.
And like, and it is so effective and it works. I've seen it, and it's like
it works.
It's so good, and it just really gives you that feeling to it where you're like, oh, you get it, because that is how kids operate. They know where to push your buttons.
Yeah, 100%.
It's good.
And that is very kid thing to do. Of like, I'm not going to beat you up, or not, I'm going to destroy your favorite toy.
Yes.
That's devastating to a child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Oscars recap. Let's talk about the Oscars. This movie was nominated for 9 Oscars, winning 4 of them. Nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Original Score, which it won, John Williams, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and then won for Best Sound Effects Editing, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. How are we feeling about this Oscar year?
So, this is the year that Gandhi kind of just
sweeps.
Not swept. Yeah, it swept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, in retrospect, kind of sucked. I was not a fan of Gandhi, but I also had to watch it in school.
It's an iconic biopic. I haven't seen it but one time years and years ago, and I don't think about it ever.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, there's, when you have like a force like that, it's kind of hard to move others out.
Honestly, I feel like E.T. should have been that force, though. Because, like, E.T. is better than... here's your Best Picture nominees that year. Gandhi wins, obviously, and E.T. is nominated. Also missing, Tootsie, and The Verdict. E.T.'s better than all of those. Should have won.
So, but here's the thing. Oscars have famously not been kind to sci-fi.
Yeah, this is true.
So that's why it kind of just gets like the below the line stuff.
for me, kind of maybe controversial or hot take, but Henry Thomas should have been nominated for Best Actor, which would have been bold, and it would have never happened because they don't really recognize child actors like that. But his performance is iconic. It's electric. He's so good in this movie. Conveys every real emotion that you need to convey as a child discovering an alien and that an alien exists, and then goes through all of the adventures and trials and tribulations with that alien. And it's completely 100% believable. And you look at the other nominees, like Ben Kingsley obviously wins for Gandhi, Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie, I can understand, Jack Lemmon in Missing, Paul Newman in The Verdict, and Peter O'Toole in My Favorite Year. One of those, I mean, maybe not Paul. Don't pull Paul Newman out. You can't pull Paul Newman out. Peter O'Toole, maybe.
Those are guys with reputations. You can't pull them out for a kid.
It would have been bold, but I think they should have done it.
It honestly would have been almost scandalous at this point in time.
True. This is very true. All the other wins, though, I mean, whatever. I think it's fine. I'm glad that it did win some Oscars. I feel like it probably should have won more. So, okay, so I've got Heat Check next. Or I guess, Connor, let's do your choice category first.
Sure. So mine is just, I did this a couple weeks ago now. Let me get the full name. The 1-for-1 acting trade. Is there an actor from a different movie in this year you trade to have in this film instead? Again, nothing against, I forget the guy's name from Michael.
Robert McNaughton.
Yes. However, what if we had Sean Penn as Spicoli?
Oh my God.
And we just go full comedy. We have a stoner older brother.
Honestly,
from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Honestly,
for those unaware,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
It could work.
Or we take our guy Judge Reinhold to be an actual good older brother. But
I
think a little bit too old, but it's not
that's
bad.
The thing. Too old, but
the idea's there.
I want to have some fun.
Yeah, the idea's there. I like it. It's not bad. Maybe makes the movie a little worse.
It's not
it's
good,
not bad.
But it's
fun. Okay. Heat Check. Did you guys have anything for Heat Check? Because
I do.
Oh, okay, you do. What do you got?
Yeah. Only because I saw the character in the background and I was like, I need to kind of see if this is a real thing. Turns out it is. The Deborah Winger, the actress, has a background moment during the Halloween scene as credited zombie doctor carrying a poodle.
That's awesome.
And I came across this because I was trying to look up what kind of dog that was, if it was a poodle or not.
That's awesome.
And I was like, yeah, no.
They just threw Deborah Winger in there.
Yeah, and if you look at the close-up images, it looks great. She looks great as zombie doctor holding a poodle.
I like that.
Yeah.
I had maybe you can make a case for Keys because he's really not in the movie all that much. I also had I don't know which friend it is, but one of Michael's friends, when they're flying and ET makes them fly, makes a stupid ass face, and I'm like, this guy gets it. Mm-hmm. He's like, whoa, just kind of freaks out for a half a second on screen. I was like, that man got it. That's all. That's really all
the appropriate response to flying.
Yeah, truly. Okay, the Connor Jameson Would This Movie Be Better with a Shark in It award.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is tough because despite being in California, there's no water in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
However, instead of during the scene of E.T. watching TV, we're gonna have some fun here. Little Spielberg tipping or winking at us. He's gonna watch Jaws.
As soon as you said there's no water, I was like, TV Jaws.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way I could do it. But he's gonna watch Jaws, and one of the things that he's gonna telepathically make Elliot do is say, "Smile, you son of a bitch."
Oh,
to his teacher.
Oh, Okay.
Instead of kiss that girl, which goes nowhere, he's gonna say smile, you son of a bitch, to his teacher, and then get kicked out of the room.
There we go.
Huh.
That's a bar.
Huh. Yeah. Connor Jameson, shark consultant, bring him into a movie and he'll put a shark in it. It's good stuff.
Just give me my chair and I'll be there.
Okay. Jasmine, we'll do your category next.
Okay. Mine is, could I convince someone that this is a real true story?
Yeah?
Yes. I'll tell you, I could convince my mom. She believes aliens. Yeah, no. She believes like in all that ancient alien stuff. She looks at that as like historical, not like crazy guy on TV. So, yes, I really do believe I could convince someone that this is based on a true story. Genuinely believe I could convince my mom.
If they wear
I'll try later and
hat.
I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah.
There you go.
Easily.
Do you know that in the 80s in California, there was an alien that came down and tortured a town?
Yeah. She would believe it.
Okay, this is a category. We decided not to do this category, but I have one thing for this category. This is the Who Would Make This Movie Better award. Usually we do like a modern day recast or who would make this movie better. And, this was tough because there's a child cast in this movie. So it's really kind of hard to recast. But there was one thing, and this is true and historical about this movie, that would actually make this movie better. So, did you know Harrison Ford made a cameo in E.T. in a deleted scene as the principal of Elliot's school and was cut out of the movie?
Why?
And Harrison Ford is not seen, but is heard in E.T. fashion, where he is not. He's only seen from the waist down, and they cut it out of the movie.
Huh.
And I think that would have made the movie a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's true and real. They filmed it. It's out there. I think on the Laserdisc of E.T., and I don't know if it's in any of the other editions, but the deleted scene is on the Laserdisc of E.T. So what could have been? Okay, casting call. Got some casting information here. So first, kind of the lesser of them. One of the friends of Michael, that eventually ended up as C. Thomas Howell, was originally considered for Ralph Macchio.
Huh.
Before it ended up with C. Thomas Howell. Kind of neat. And really, the reason I brought this in is because I wanted to talk about the voice of E.T. So the voice of E.T. is E.T. was voiced by a woman named Pat Welsh. And you definitely don't know Pat Welsh, but she was chosen for this because she was a avid smoker, smoked 2 packs a day, and had the gravelly, like really raspy voice that Ben Burt, the sound effects creator, wanted. So they were like, you just voice ET for a little bit, and she was paid. Let's see. She was paid. Oh, I have it. $380 to voice ET, and that's it.
That's crazy. No royalties, nothing.
No royalties.
I would be mad. I would actually be mad if I was her. They used her voice in a lot of the toys and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. She spent 9.5 hours recording the part and was paid $380. And then also recorded various other people for like little bits and pieces of E.T.'s voice. Deborah Winger, Spielberg himself had his little parts. His wife, who was Ben Burt's wife, who was sick and sleeping with a cold. A burp from a University of Southern California film professor. Various raccoons, various otters, various horses were used to create the voice, but the majority of the actual voice work was done by Pat Welsh, who barely got paid and was really only known for this, and was only chosen because she smoked 2 packs a day. So
that's so
neat.
Funny. Kind of crazy.
Yes. Okay. My choice category is the Wayne's World Gratuitous Product Placement Award. which I'm doing 2 weeks in a row because I want to talk about Reese's Pieces. So Reese's Pieces are used prominently. Connor, you already called out that you did not like the use of Reese's Pieces because of the product placement, I'm assuming?
Because it was gratuitous.
Because it was gratuitous. So, do you know the backstory of why Reese's Pieces were in this movie?
No. I would hope you would explain it to me.
Yes, I will explain it to you. So, in 1982, the market for candy-coated chocolate was dominated by M&M and Mars, the Mars company. Spielberg and company wanted to use M&Ms in this movie. So they approached Mars and said, hey, can we use M&Ms for this movie? These scenes where we're luring this alien into a house. And Mars said, no, we think E.T. is going to be too scary. We don't want you to use our product in your movie. So Spielberg, not giving up, said, fine, and went to Hershey and said, hey, can I use Reese's Pieces? And Hershey was like, yep, do it. And so because of that choice by Mars, they created a competitor in their market that they dominated. That was so popular that they are now like splitting market share when it was like 98% M&Ms. Like Reese's Pieces had only been invented a couple years prior. M&Ms had the entire market cornered for this particular candy. And because they turned down E.T., Reese's Pieces became an absolute phenomenon and was so popular that now they're eternal competitors in the space. I just thought that was really fun.
That's insane, and I love it.
Quite a fumble by Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the marketing is right there too.
Yeah. And like of course kids are going to want Mars. That's so smart. And of course the kids are going to want the candy that E.T. eats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the commercials were all over it.
Yeah.
It's just an all-time fumble. Okay. Hot takes. All right, Connor, you look like you got something cooking.
I got two.
Okay.
So first one. It's very bold of Spielberg to make us fall in love with an alien that is so ugly.
Yeah. That was M's main gripe with this movie is E.T.'s ugly.
Yeah.
Especially with how commercial E.T. was, like just how much product was sold off of him. Surprised they didn't try to make him like cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a good point.
But this one's more spicy. The Iron Giant is just a big rip off E.T. and I would much prefer to watch The Iron Giant.
Oh, okay. That is...
Oh, wow. I should probably watch The Iron Giant. That's what I'm finding out.
I love The Iron Giant.
Iron Giant is a good movie. I don't know if it's E.T., but it is a very well-renowned movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That is certainly hot. I don't know if I agree with it. Okay, my hot take is also pretty hot, but Jasmine, do you want to go?
Yeah. Okay. I think the character of E.T. is more iconic than he is likable. Like the actual character E.T., yeah, I care about him and what he represents, but he's a little annoying sometimes.
Oh man.
And maybe it's because he's ugly.
Get fucked, E.T.
If he was cute, I feel like he could get away with a lot more of the stuff in my head.
Flirting versus harassment.
Jesus Christ. Fair.
I'm just saying.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the government would be nicer to him if he was like cute.
Yeah, if he was like a little furball.
Yes.
If he was just a gremlin.
Oh God.
I mean,
like
if it was Gizmo,
yeah,
they're fine.
Okay, my hot take. I like the score of this movie, but I don't think it's like top tier John Williams work. They're the one song of like the iconic theme. It's really, that's all there is for me. I don't really care about anything else. I prefer numerous other John Williams scores to this one, and this is just not that iconic for me.
it's not the best John Williams Spielberg collab.
Oh, not by a
either.
long shot. It's even just John Williams in general. It's like, maybe I don't even know. There's a lot of others that I prefer.
Did he do Jurassic Park too?
Yep, did Jurassic Park, obviously Star
Jaws.
Wars, Close Encounters, and a lot of other Spielbergs. Did his work on The Long Goodbye I really like. There's a lot of, I don't know, just E.T.'s just kind of meh. It relies very heavily on the one song.
Yeah.
Paying homage is another category I pulled in. This is once again, we mentioned Star Wars. I just want to talk about the Star Wars homages in E.T. There are quite a few. Obviously, Spielberg and George Lucas are very good friends and have made kind of pokes at each other in their movies. This one in particular, Elliot owns dolls of Lando Calrissian, Boba Fett, Greedo, and a TIE fighter, which is really cool. And also there's a kid in costume as Yoda, which is really cool. And then, Lucas gets him back 10 plus years later, 15 years later with Phantom Menace, when E.T. is in the Senate in Phantom Menace. So I just like when directors do that. They kind of connect each other. I wish we got more of that now. Like just a little Easter egg.
Wouldn't that be so cool too, to like be friends with a fellow director and be like, oh, I can put your in here and it will actually just be really funny and cool. Yeah. I love that. I mean, even the amount of like stuff at their disposal, like, you're not getting sued, so it's fine. That's your friend.
Yeah.
And just the fact that all these guys are friends is sick.
Yeah.
Like Spielberg was just on the rewatchables.
I was just gonna say this.
Yes, and the revelation that he goes over to Guillermo del Toro's house every weekend and paints little miniature models with like J.J. Abrams and all these people. It's like, that's just awesome.
Yeah. You ever think they look around and they're like, this is pretty cool, huh?
Okay. It's like the Paul Rudd thing. It's like, hey, look at us.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, look at us. Just imagine. Do you think any of them look at each other and they're like, man, I'm Spielberg. Like, I'm Steven Spielberg.
Or do you think they sit there and they're like, I can't believe I'm here with y'all? Probably not. I'm not if you're Spielberg, I guess.
If you're J.J. Abrams, yes.
Yeah, that's a polar bear in Arlington right there.
If you're Steven Spielberg, you're like,
who invited J.J. Abrams?
I made E.T. Come on, guys.
No, he's like, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
No.
They're all
kidding.
Right?
They're all very nice to each other. We know I'm teasing.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is, a level of like some guys are like, I can't believe I'm here with all of these people. And then Spielberg and Guillermo del Toro is like, yeah, I made Raiders of the Lost Ark. Makes sense why I'm here. It makes sense why I'm hanging out with these people.
He's like, you know what? This is just Saturday for me.
JJ, it's like JJ's just like, wow, I can't believe I'm right here with you guys. And they're like, JJ, shut up, get back to work.
Yeah.
Make my model. No. One of the things, again, from that Rewatchables episode that I really liked is Spielberg talking about working with actors and especially young actors and like having to be like, you can do more than what, like when we say we're okay, if you think you want to do another take, you can, just because I'm Spielberg and I made E.T. doesn't mean that you can't. It's like the self-awareness. I never think about that with people who are at that stature of like, he knows who he is. Like he knows what he's made and he knows the cultural impact, but like there, you can lean into the ego of it, or you can also be like Steven Spielberg, who's like, I'm just a friendly guy. Yes, I made, I made Jaws, but that's okay. I made Jurassic Park and we're good. You can ask for another take is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this movie ruined by technology?
Not really.
Maybe.
I would
have a better
say
phone home.
Yeah, E.T. phone home and say, hey, what's the phone number? I'll call him up right now.
Yeah, it's like here.
Galactic
one
GPS.
One of the kids takes their phone out and makes a TikTok of him, and all of a sudden E.T.'s viral.
government's just like, we can't find this little alien. It's just like, hey, this is what my daughter just sent me, and it's just it's like ET with like doing 6'7".
Jesus Christ. Well, we've now come full circle.
Why'd you ruin E.T.?
I had written down that definitely, if you don't have the 80s tech, it loses its charm pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has to make a communicator device out of a speak and spell, that's part of the charm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you just handed ET an iPhone, it wouldn't be as good. Okay, it's never been cooler. Connor, are you ready for this? I'll just start with this. Child acting performances. Has it ever been cooler than E.T.?
No, and I'm famously against kid actors.
Interesting.
Home Alone.
Oh, Home Alone's a good
true.
pick. Home Alone's a good pick.
I think there's better individual performances.
Yeah.
But
Ensemble
as a whole,
kids,
yeah.
for sure. Never been cooler.
Cool.
Well,
No, just kidding. Stranger Things.
Stranger
you're
Things,
right.
The Goonies, Stand By
Yeah, never
Me,
mind.
maybe.
I totally lied.
Yeah.
Actually,
Movies
we
about
started the show by listing them all off.
We did.
Yeah.
So, movies about friendly aliens.
Rocky. I
Oh,
like Rocky
yeah,
better.
Bobby Phil Mary.
Bobby Phil
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah. That's good. That's good. How about supportive older brothers?
Ooh,
Definitely.
I'm gonna pull something deep here.
Okay. What are we pulling?
The Iron Claw.
Oh, yeah. Great pull.
Good pull. Connor's looking at his stacks.
I'm
How
trying to
about
see-
here? I have a poster in the background. How about Sinners? One of them was older.
I was looking at that one too, but I'm like trying to think who's older there. Is
well, one of them's
Slim
older.
or Stack older?
They support
Yep.
each other.
But it depends on who's older.
True.
One of them is not supportive.
Well,
That's true.
how about suburban America in a movie? I don't know if it's
definitely cooler.
I don't know.
I
if
kind
it's
of like
ever really been
the way
cooler.
it looks in like Stepford Wives.
Oh, that's a good pull. Okay,
Stuck in the suburbs.
Yeah.
interesting.
It's a fun. one.
Oh,
Halloween too.
oh, Halloween's.
Oh,
a good
that's
pull.
a good one.
Yeah.
The fake leaves.
It's good. And my favorite one: old school methods of convincing your parents to let you not go to school.
I did
Ferris
like that
Bueller's
a
Day
lot.
Off.
Is it Ferris Bueller? This was the debate I was willing to have. Ferris Bueller has a pretty intricate way, but I like the idea of Henry using a heating pad and a lamp directly on his face, and his mom being like, "Oh, you're burning up," and then it's like, "Yeah, no shit." He just put a heating pad and a lamp directly on his face.
And Ferris Bueller's falls apart a little bit because he still has like people checking on him throughout the day.
He has
The
entire
kid's
town
just like,
check up.
"You're fine. See you later."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that is just the 80s. It's just like, I cannot support you if I gotta go to work, man. Like,
Yeah, right. And I'm not gonna be. So you just be good.
Yeah.
Be good. Don't
Stay out of my
die.
room.
I'll be
Yeah.
back at 5.
And I love how the mom's like, "No TV." It's like, "Yeah, right, mom."
Yeah, right.
Sure. I wish there are times, and maybe this is just totally off topic, but there are times I sit around and I look at, obviously we're doing this podcast on computers, and I sit on my phone quite a bit on social media because I do social media for the podcast, and I look around and I'm like, man, I just wish I didn't have to I didn't have any of this.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I lived in the 80s where like you could just be and just not have technology.
I mean, yeah. Talked about
mean,
how peaceful
yeah.
Rand looked at the first.
Yeah. That might be a little too much.
Just
Like, that might
absolutely nothing.
I don't want nothing. But I wanted, like, the family has a TV or maybe 2 TVs. And like it's the family TV. And then when everyone sits down to watch something together, you just watch what's on. There's no Netflix. Or, when you're hanging out in your bedroom, you're not doom scrolling on your phone, you're playing with your action figures. And I lived that. I grew up not having a phone. And so I lived that and not having a computer. And I wish I had been able to live more of that.
Yeah.
Or to go places and not have to like rely on my devices. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling, but
No, I think you're right. I know I'm a couple years older than you. I don't think I'm that many
not
years
much.
older than you. Not much. Anyways, but I remember like I was like 8 or 10 and like my mom would go somewhere and if something important happened and nobody really even called cell phones then to let people know like anything. We played outside a lot and my mom would take the batteries out of the remote control when I was homesick.
Oh, smart.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, I still figured out. I just learned analog. I would have to go up to the TV and do it, but it worked.
I mean, we used to do that. Like, you know, our co-host and friend Sam, you know, when we were kids, we would go over and like we played video games sometimes, you know, on his Xbox, but a lot of times too, we were outside, you know, playing pretend or whatever, or playing outside. And, you know, I got to experience that at a young age, like, you know, 8 to 11 or 12 before I got a phone for the first time. And it's just, I wish I had been able to experience that from like 14 to like 25.
Yeah. And you're getting married. I'm sure you're thinking about you want your kids to have that.
Yeah.
If that's part of the plan.
Yep. That's, you know, it's all, I don't know. It just seemed like a much simpler time. And I know we're at an hour and 41 into this pod, and now we're opining about technology like a bunch of grandpas. But, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things. Okay, what prop are you taking home?
Ooh, can I take the bike and the basket for my dogs?
Man, you know, that's just the most iconic thing in the movie.
I just had to say it as quickly as I could. I have a reason. I'm putting both dogs in, okay, guys? Okay. I promise. I'll send pictures. It'll be cute.
So I'm going on a similar theme as you. I'm taking the bed setup where it's like Henry's bed and then the dog bed right underneath.
Yeah.
Like I'm bunk bedding with Nate.
That's so cute.
There you go. I wish I lived in a time where I could afford a bunk bed where the dog has its own bed.
I know, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, damn, this dog
Yo,
is
he's living
like a king. What size bed you got? Like a king?
Okay, then I'll take the speak and spell.
Nice.
My other option was the pizza that the kids left on the ground. So
none of us are taking ET, that ugly thing.
I don't want him.
I don't want him. Oh,
I don't want that.
I don't want him.
I don't want that in my house.
At this point in my life, I'm not at a time or a place where I want to have that type of emotional journey.
Yeah.
Oh
man. All right. We've come to the end of the review. It's time to give our final scores for ET. Who wants to start?
I'll go. I gave it a 4.2 because I think it's like beautiful, spellbinding movie. I appreciate the score a lot. Really cute and sweet. Holds up. I was worried it would feel a little too childlike just because I grew up watching it, but it really didn't, despite it having like mostly child cast and everything. I thought it's a really great movie. 4.2, there's you know, those couple little things where I'm like, all right, but solid, good movie.
Connor, what about you?
I'm pretty much right there too. I'm at a 4.
Wow.
Pretty much all the same reasons. This is a movie that I haven't really seen since a kid, and I wasn't sure how it would kind of resonate with me again, and I really enjoyed it. It did bring back some of that kind of like child wonder and whimsy, and it was just a really good time. Really good performances from the kids, and really good effects and sound.
Nice. Well, I am higher than you guys. I mean, this movie's a masterpiece, and I'm giving it a 5, and I'm not ashamed.
That's fine.
As much as, you know, we nitpicked it a little bit, and, you know, we've talked about some of the things that are a little bit wonky, but none of that changes the enjoyment that I get out of this movie. It's one of those where I can watch it and I'm happy, and it makes me happy, and I'm locked in, and the performances are amazing. Their relationship to the alien is great. The direction is phenomenal. It's just, to me, a perfect film.
Yeah.
So that puts this movie surprisingly at number 17 on our list of films. I figured it would end up being a little bit higher, but 17 it is, with an average of 4.4 on the dot, just above Moneyball and just below Weapons, which is a strange place for this movie to sit, but it's there nonetheless. And that is going to do it for this episode of the Film Box Podcast. If you liked this episode and liked us talking about Spielberg and his wonderful Alien film, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast platform, and share it with your friends. Let us know we're doing a good job, and let us know that you're enjoying the pod. You can go to our socials; those will be linked in the show notes. You can check us out on TikTok. You can also check Jasmine out on TikTok. She's making a lot of great content. Up over 11K now. Thanks. Are you at 12 yet? You're getting close, right?
I'm getting there. Listen, we're getting there. Thank you. Working on it.
The content's been great, and so make sure to check her out there. And you can go to our website, firstpicturehouse.com, for reviews of films that Connor's been writing, mainly horror, right? That's kind of what you're focusing on
for right now, but it's gonna expand.
Yeah. And I'm writing
on reviews too.
Well, there you go. A little bit of sneak preview. And I've been doing my weekly newsletter as well. I just did an episode or a newsletter on 5 filmmakers under 35 that you if you liked what Curry Barker and Kane Parsons are doing, then there are more people that you need to keep your eye on that are coming into the new generation of filmmakers. So be sure to check that out, and follow our Letterboxd accounts. It lets us know that you enjoy, or you can see what we're watching when we're watching it. You don't have to wait for each episode, so just check it out. You can see that I've been watching a lot of Spielberg. So it's a lot of Spielberg.
Big Spielberg next week too.
Yeah, next week. That's right. Yeah. Next week we're doing Disclosure Day. We might have a special guest. We might not. I'm going to see the movie tomorrow. So by the time this episode comes out, I will have seen Disclosure Day. Jasmine, I think you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Connor will
I
not.
won't.
But he'll see it by the time we do it. So
I'm like a normal person here. These celebrities.
Barely. No, I would say not even close. But,
yeah, no.
So that's next week, and then after that we're doing War of the Worlds. Again, I believe with a special guest. So looking forward to those episodes, and that is going to do it for this episode of the Film Box Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.